Timeline of the life of Martin Luther, the leader of the Protestant Reformation. Martin Luther is born November 10, 1483, in Eisleben, Saxony of the Holy Roman Empire. Martin begins his education at Latin school in 1497. In 1501, at the age of 17, Luther enters the University of Erfurt, and by 1505 earns his master's degree. That same year, Luther enrolls in law school but drops out almost immediately. According to Luther, on July 2nd, he was returning to university on horseback after a trip home. During a thunderstorm, a lightning bolt struck near him. Terrified of death and divine judgment, he vows to become a monk. That same month, Luther enters St. Augustine's monastery at Erfurt. 1507, Luther is ordained and celebrates his first Mass. In 1508, he is sent to teach theology at the newly founded University of Wittenberg. That same year, he receives a bachelor's degree in biblical studies. Luther walks to Rome in 1510, a distance of around 1,000 miles. Luther is awarded his Doctor of Theology in 1512 and becomes chair of theology at the University of Wittenberg. In 1516, Johann Tetzel is sent to Germany by the Roman Catholic Church. He is to sell indulgences to raise money to rebuild St. Peter's Basilica in Rome. In 1517, outraged by the idea of selling indulgences for forgiveness of sins, Luther writes to his bishop. Enclosed is his copy of Disputation of Martin Luther on the Power and Efficacy of Indulgences, which came to be known as the 95 Theses. This declaration is soon translated and printed. It spreads quickly throughout Europe. In 1518, charged with heresy, Luther defends himself under questioning by Cardinal Cajetan. A papal bull in June 1520 gives Luther 60 days to recant or risk excommunication. January 1521, Luther is excommunicated by Pope Leo X. April 1521, Luther appears before the Diet of Worms. Luther again refuses to recant his writings, saying, "Here I stand, I can do no other." May 1521, the Edict of Worms declares Luther an outlaw, banning his literature and requiring his arrest. Frederick the Wise rescues Luther and gives him refuge in Wartburg Castle in Eisenach. During his hiding, he translates the New Testament from Greek to German. Alarmed at some of the unrest and rebellion brought on by his teachings, Luther secretly returns to Wittenberg in March of 1522. In 1524, Luther denounces the peasants' revolt, siding with the rulers. June 1525, Martin Luther marries Katharina Bura, an escaped nun. By 1526, Luther begins organizing a new church. 1527, Luther writes his most well-known hymn, A Mighty Fortress. In 1529, Luther attends the Marburg Colloquy to establish doctrinal unity in emerging Protestant states. 1534, Luther, along with his collaborators, complete the translation of the Old Testament and publish the complete German Bible. In 1539, Luther is implicated in the bigamy of Philip I, Landgrave of Hesse, by advising him to marry another wife in secret. February the 15th, 1546, Martin Luther delivers his last sermon at Eisleben, his place of birth. 3 days later, on the 18th, he dies at the age of 62.